The show for today, we're talking to Dr. MParuchuri, who is at Tennessee State University in the Department of Economics and Finance in the School of Business. And of course, Dr. Paruchuri, I think we indicated earlier that what we wanted you to do was to sort of give us some data dealing with the economic situation that we faced as we talk about revisiting this economic policy.
Okay. If you look at the employment level, that's the best indication. We have been suffering with, right now, 9.7. However, if you go back to the Bush administration at the end, it was around 10.3%. Now, at that time, if we had not had a change in the administration, we would have been around 12% or so of highly unemployment figure. Now, among these, if you look at the data, the adult men comprise of about 10% unemployed people.
Okay.
10% out of little over 150 million people who are in the job market. Now, among this, among men, we said it's 10%, but what about women? Women's unemployment rate is only 8%.
Okay.
However, when you look at the teenager unemployment, it is around 26.1%.
Oh.
It's more than a quarter. Every fourth teenager was unemployed. No. And here again, if you look at the breakdown of white and non-white or Asian, and that's a completely different picture. If you see, the national average is half of what the non-white unemployment rate is. If you look at the white unemployment rate, it is half of what the non-white unemployment rate was. And among the Hispanics, you would see 12.6% of them are unemployed. And among all these, only the Asians do better. They have only 7.5% of unemployment rate. So here, when we take a look at the total picture, there are 15 million people who are without jobs. Within that category, you would see that long-term unemployed people, those people who have been unemployed for more than 27 weeks. If you look at that, there are 6.5 million people are in that category. And there is another 1 million people who are discouraged workers, we call. What is this discouraged workers? This is nothing but, well-skilled Joe goes to find a job, and he could not find it, and he comes to the neighborhood and talks to the kids, saying that he did not get the job. And so what happens? Those other kids who are trying to look for a job, they don't even bother. So these are all discouraged workers. So that amount to about 1 million people. So here we see that many people, just the long-term unemployed. And in this context, I must add what the President is going to do today or tomorrow. The Congress approved a piece of legislation to make sure that these people are going to be taken care of, especially those people who are unemployed for a longer period of time. There was a lot of opposition, this technical opposition or whatever they're trying to do. It's mostly from the Republican Party, where they tried to oppose that extension of the compensation for these unemployed people who have been unemployed for more than 27 years, 27 weeks. Now, finally, it has been approved, thank heavens, and these people are going to get benefits until around June first week or so. Now, the opposition came out and said, look, it's going to cost around $18 billion roughly. Come up with some solution to pay the pay off these bills. And somehow or other, the Democrats were able to push through against all these opposition. As you know, if you look at the health care bill, for example,
Okay.
none of the Republican senators or congressmen who supported the bill.
Okay. That's everybody saw that.
Yeah, everybody saw that, and it's just opposition just for the sake of opposition without any merit. Even some of those sympathetic to President Obama's plan for health care, these people also, even though they were sympathetic because of the restrictions the party must have imposed on them, they did not vote for this. So it barely moved through with a technical way of handling to pass this kind of bill. The Republicans have used so many times, and this is one of the technique which Nancy Pelosi and Senator Reid have tried to push through, and they were successful, and the president did not even hesitate to sign that as soon as you can, by canceling even the foreign trip which he had planned for a long time back. So what I'm trying to say is the present economic conditions have improved a lot.
Okay.
Now let me give you some indications. The inflation rate today is only 2.39%. It was a lot higher before. In other words, prices have come down quite a bit. Not only that, the GDP growth, GDP is gross domestic product. That is what the nation as a whole produced, and in terms of current dollar. The growth has been around 5.5%, which is a phenomenal growth. We have been having economic growth of only 2% in a long period of time, nearly 30 years.
And now we've got 5%.
5.5% economic growth rate for GDP. Now, the unemployment rate, as I said earlier.
Could you hold it right there, Dr. Paruchuri, at unemployment? Because what we'd like to do is to end this particular segment here, and when we come back with that next segment, we can talk specifically about what you're about to talk about now, and that is the unemployment. Because I think that everything that you're talking about now is very, very optimistic, and it indicates the improvements that have gone on, but now we have to deal with this issue of unemployment, and we want to deal with that when we come back. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.